Okay guys, my hair is up and I'm ready to go. And I've already mopped my floors. Now, I've explained this so many times, but I have gotten so many new subscribers since the summer. It's unbelievable. I mean, like almost 400 subscribers, which I'm shocked at that. But, and thank you everybody for subscribing. So let me explain about my floors, okay? When I lived in Chicago, that was the first time I had hardwood floors. And I asked what was the best way to take care of it from the people who put my floors in. They said to just get a gallon bucket or a couple gallon buckets, whatever that is, but only put in a cap full of vinegar. And I always did that, but that was back in the days before my knees started. My knees have gotten worse since we've moved here. When I lived in Chicago, I was still pretty, well, I was younger. I was in my 30s, and I didn't have all the aches and pains like I have now. So, and my knees are getting kind of bad. I've explained all of this. But anyway, I was younger, and I could get down on my floor every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And even before I'd go to work, because I'd get up early, and I would get down on the floor, on my hands and knees, with a bucket, with my vinegar water, and a rag, and I cleaned my floors. My floors always stayed nice and shiny. When we moved here, that's when I started having my back issue, which that doesn't really bother me now. What bothers me, you guys know, it's my feet and my knees. And my knees are really starting to get bad. It was hard for me to get up and down off of the floor. So I looked into different sorts of mops. And I knew the sponge mops leave streaks, so I didn't even bother with that. Every time a different sort of mop would come out, I would try that. And I was noticing it did okay, but not that great. And not as if I was down on the floor on my hands and knees. So then they came out with those Shark steam mops, and I started to use that. And when I started using that, yeah, my floors were being disinfected, because the steam does disinfect your floors, but my floors looked dull. They didn't look shiny anymore. And so I started putting that orange glow on my floors. But the thing is, you're only supposed to put that on maybe like once or twice a year. I didn't know that. The more that I kept every week using my Shark thing, even though I put that orange glow stuff down, my floors would look dull again. And so I kept putting the orange glow on every week. And I shouldn't have done that because I've got wax buildup on my floor, and it's mostly just back here. So I'm going to show you, well, here. Here's the difference. That's my floor. This is my bathroom. Look at that. See all this dark stuff here? This is wax buildup. When you come here and you see here, it's because this is a high traffic area. It starts here, and especially the dogs coming through. Anywhere where it's lighter wood, see, move Chloe, come over here, come over here. When we're walking through here, see, we're walking like this. Why? Because this is in the way, so we don't really come over here. Everybody walks over here. And then, see, we come around, and because that's in the way, you see, this is our trail. You can see. This is the walk area. Because with the dogs walking or us walking with shoes and that, it wears this stuff away. So this is why my floors look cruddy the way that they do. And the only way to get this off is I'm going to have to get somebody to sand it. But that's not going to be anytime soon, because it's going to be an expensive job, and it's going to be a huge task. Harry and I just thought we would probably wait until we get ready to move. He wants to retire in a few years, and we're hoping to move. Because you can't just sand the floors here in the back of the house. Because when you put down the stain and the polyurethane, the stain might not match the stain that's in the front of the house, and then it looks bad. You have to, seriously, we'd have to clear all of our furniture, everything out, everything down here. So, there's a lot of furniture everywhere. You have to clear all of it out, and then they have to come and they have to sand all the floors down here and then put the stain down and then polyurethane it again. And you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. We're just not going to do it. So, matter of fact, we were even considering when we move, we'll just give an allowance for them to, or take, you know, like maybe $5,000 off of the sale of the house or whatever, so that they could get the floors done. And they can do that before they move in, you know, whoever buys it. So anyway, the back of the house is what looks like this. I really never really waxed the front of the house. It's always just been back here, because this is the higher traffic area. This is the part of the house of the floors that I clean the most, and so I was putting this stuff down all the time. So, but anyway, let me show you now the front of the house. Okay, so you can see the difference with the bathroom. Okay, so this is all wax buildup here, and I would do it all in through here. But it doesn't really show too much the transition, because I stop here at my rug. But see now, all of this here, this is all the regular floor, all in. So the dining room's okay. This part of the foyer obviously is okay. All the living room's okay. It's just from here back. And actually, when you're looking at this, this doesn't look too terribly bad. It's just that when you see the transition, you see. So anyhow, I say all of that to say I have gone back to my regular way of cleaning my floors with the water and the vinegar, because I use these microfiber padded mops, and I like this one because it's a real thick, you know, thick this way, where you can get a lot of floor coverage, okay? And it comes off easily, so you could just, you know, put it in there, squeeze it all out, and so forth. So anyhow, my floors, you can see that, you know, they're clean, because they got a little bit of shine to it, because I just cleaned my floors. So this is how I'm doing my floors now. I'm back to the old way. This way, with this mop, I don't have to get down on my hands and knees. Now, I've cleaned all the floors down here, everywhere, out there, everywhere. So what I need to do now, because it's like my big cleaning time, it's probably been about 3 weeks ago, I pulled the furniture out and I cleaned, you know, all the wood there. But I'm going to do it again. I'm going to pull my couches out. I'm going to pull all of this out, and then that mop, when you know, put the bar down, it will go under there, and this I will move. And so it's time to, you know, pull all this out so I can clean. Okay, so when I was doing my fall cleaning back in August, I had already moved all of this. And you can see here, you can see the wax buildup there to there. So that's what the normal floor looks like. But anyway, this is basically clean. There's just a little bit of dust and dirt. And also what I do when I have this cleared out here, I will get my vacuum cleaner and I will dust all the dust off of here. The dog's always good because they want to see if there's any, you know, cookies that fell down here or something like that. And I also cleaned my vent. I'll get the Swiffer and go back over. It doesn't look like it's too terribly dusty. But anyway, so Okay, so I vacuumed all in here. When this gets moved back, I'll have to do that little bit over there. But you can see I put my ottomans up. And so what I'm going to do after I pull this out, get all of this cleaned, I'll center this back. This is when I'll pull my tables, my end tables out, clean back in there. I'll probably get my dust rag and my Windex and everything. I'll take everything out. I'll clean the tables, then put them back. And then this ottoman, I'll slide over this way, clean that part of the floor, put everything back. Then I'm going to have to move the dog bed somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Usually in the winter, because of the fire, they like to lay by the fire. And during the rest of the year too, especially if we got a lot of the kids sitting here in the family room or watching a movie or something, the dogs don't have their couch to lay on, so one or two will come and lay on that. What I usually do with the dog bed, and I'm going to have to do it here pretty soon because we're going to be using the fireplace again, this really just stays right over here behind the table, and then they just lay over here. But anyway, so I'll slide that down and get all of that clean, and clean this table up, dust it, dust over there. I have to move that out, and then the family room will be clean. So, okay, just a couple minutes ago, look who woke up. And he's got his good morning bottle. We're giving him a cup, you know, during the day, but when he first gets up, he wants the bottle still, and when he goes to bed. Let's see. So I started cleaning in the family room. It was probably about 8:30, quarter to 9, I'm guessing, right around in there. And it's 10:55 now, and I'm not done yet. I still have to clean the front side of the couches. I cleaned my ottomans all the way with the leather cleaner, and then I have to dust those two pieces of furniture. I've dusted everything else, and I have to move this green and brown chest thing. I got to move that out of the way. Are you gonna come watch Paw Patrol? He's interested in the vacuum cleaner because he likes the vacuum cleaner. Did Auntie Carly go in the bathroom? Are you waiting for her? He has grown so tall. Those are 2T pajamas, and I thought, you know, they would still be a little bit big on him. He'd grow into them a little bit. I don't know. I think by this January, those are going to be kind of tight on him. He's going to need 3 toddler. Go see your Paw Patrol puppies. Here they are. And this room will be tore up before we know it. He'll have all his toys out. Alrighty, that's all clean, all back under there. Now, this is a good time to get back in behind your furniture with your baseboards. So, like when I've been moving my furniture, I've been cleaning the baseboards with my hose. And this is a good time. See, like there's a piece of candy paper. There's one of Alex's toys. There's only a little bit of dust because I pulled this out a couple months ago. And also when I go to clean, I stick my hose, and I do come under where I can put the hose. And then every now and then I get the little Swiffer mop thing with just water, and I try to, you know, get under there and clean. So I'm not pulling things out all the time, because it's a lot to have to pull furniture all the time. I have this up here now. This usually goes over at my end table, but Alex keeps getting into all of this. Now, I keep this relatively clean all the time. You can just see there's a little bit of dust, because I haven't dusted back here since I've been on from vacation, I should say. This stays clean pretty basically because I have one of those Swiffers. I have one of these Swiffers that has the extended, when you go to fold it up, so you push these buttons and you can close all this down, and it makes it real short. But there's a yellow one. It's just like a handheld one. It doesn't extend. This one I love because you can get up into high places and that sort of thing. But I try to, maybe not every single week, but like every other week when I'm just doing some Swiffer dusting. See, like, pretend this is up against the wall. I can come back here like this, and this is how I can clean, you know, back here like this. And I try to gently, you know, go over my wires and, you know, just go like this and keep all of the vents and just everything dust free, because you know electronics have to be as dust free as possible. But see, there gets to be dust here like this. When you pull it away from the wall, you can see it, and like you can see it down over here like this. You can use your duster, you can use your vacuum, but so I'm just gonna do this since I have it. But since this is out, I can get my Windex back here and give all this a nice good cleaning. Also, you get those little dust thingies. They're not cobwebs, but they're like dust bunny things. And then this is, I just, you know, get your Swiffer and just wipe your wall down. Wipe all your wires and all of that. And then I'll get my vacuum hose and I'll clean all of that back there. Okay, so let me recap what I have accomplished in the last hour and 45 minutes. Yep, it took that long. People are starting to wake up. Adam's in the kitchen. Carly was in the kitchen. She disappeared. Alex is up. The only one that's not up is Brian. Okay, so all the leather is cleaned. Everything's vacuumed. The furniture's all been moved. Everything's been vacuumed and mopped. This is a good time to clean your picture frames and all of that. I will clean that picture frame when I take all my fall decor down, because I'll bring my little step stool thing over here. I didn't clean this one. I'll clean that when I go to do this one. But yeah, I took all the books and all of these things. You know, you take it off when you're dusting, but then you got to dust your books and all that. All of that's been cleaned and dusted. And so this room's done for now. This will go eventually, like I said, over here, but for now I'm going to put it back here. Oh, another thing I did, my little two I don't even know what they're called. They're like they're candle podiums or whatever they are, and I have ivy on them. I used to have them over here when I had my wood stove, and then I put them over there one day to get them out of the way, and I just left them there. Anyway, I got the candles over there because I cleaned those. I'm going to stick them back over here where they go, because Alex likes to go behind here, and there's really nothing back here that, you know, I mean, that's unplugged and all that, but he gets the little pellet things and he just likes to throw them on the floor, you know. So I don't like him to go back here. He comes around here because he likes to look out the windows. He likes to bring his toys and put them over here. I really don't mind him too much going back here, but he's starting to leave all of his toys back here and everything. So my little fire starters that I had when I had my wood stove, I used to keep them in this box here. And this is one of those things that looks like it's books, but it's a box. You can store things in here. So it's empty now. I don't know what I will put in here, but for now, I was thinking to keep him from wanting to go back here. I think I might just, you know, put it kind of like this, angle it like that. Then that blocks it off a little bit. And then hopefully, knowing him though, if he wants to get back there, he'll just shove it out of the way, I'm sure. So I got to bring the candle thingies back in. Here at the end of the week, probably Thursday when I go to do laundry again, it'll be time to pull all of these, all my little doilies and runners and things, and I will wash those. Let's see, I was thinking of something else. Here's another thing I will probably do, maybe, if I don't do it by the end of the week, I'll do it this weekend. Remember here at this wall and the wall that's in my foyer, I had those little wall clings. Walmart has them out already. Over on this wall, I had like the manger scene, and in the foyer, it was a Christmas tree that said joy and season's greetings, Merry Christmas. You know, it was a bunch of words, but it was in the shape of a Christmas tree with stars that went all around it. Anyway, I found wall clings. Not the same ones, they're different, but I found wall clings to put back in here. And I might just go ahead and just get those stuck up on the wall, just to get them off of the top of my china cabinet. So anyway, yeah, and you see how that was all clean, and it's all starting to get a mess already. I forgot, before I can put my mop and everything away, I got to pull out the stove and the refrigerator. Adam just had that on. That's hot. It's going to be hard to move this unless I pull it from down here. Anyway, I got to figure out, I got to move all of this. This is an opportunity to take time to clean, like even the side of your stove, because stuff fallen, and you know, sometimes stuff gets, you know, on the edges there. So all of that's clean. Floor's been mopped. I'm going to put this back. Okay, fridge is pulled out. The worst thing about that I had to clean back here, it was pretty basically a lot of dust bunnies. So, you know, they were on the side, on both sides, just a little bit on the back, not too much. Of course, you got to clean your vent area down there, so, you know, get all that out of there. And then it was really a lot of dust, just, and even up here, here's a little bit more that I didn't get. I got my Swiffer back there. It's just dust bunnies. Pretty basically. So now I'm going to get this back. I'm going to tidy up my kitchen and get that cleaned. I'm not going to clean my cabinets today. That'll be another day, but I'm going to get the kitchen all back in shape, get stuff put away. I'm done with my mop. I'm done with my bucket. I might leave the Windex out. I think I will still use that. But my pledge, all those things that I'm not using right now, I'm going to put all of that stuff away. And my vacuum cleaner, that'll be the next thing I'll do after I clean my kitchen, is get this vacuumed all down here. And then for right now, I'm done. For right now, because I'm going to take a break. And then after I take a break and I assess what I want to do next. Oh, I still got to vacuum my balances. When I assess what I need to do, we'll go from there. You coming to see the girlies? You've been the best little boy today. You're staying out from underfoot. He's pretty basically been hanging out in his room and playing and everything. He sees that I'm really clean, and so he's been a good boy. It's 11:34. This is going to be my big cleaning day. And then tomorrow, like I said, get some of this other stuff done. Then maybe by the time Thursday gets here, because I had my days all mixed up, when Thursday gets here, that's when I can go back and repolish like my furniture and everything, re-vacuum, and then Friday upstairs, out there, and then Saturday my goal is to at least decorate upstairs. So let's see. Oh, I wanted to tell you too, since it's a big cleaning day today, I'm just having Harry bring pizza home from our favorite pizza place. So I have all my racks out from the stove and things like, I keep my iron skillets and so forth down there. I'm leaving all of this out because right before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to turn on the self-cleaners and have the ovens cleaned out. Okay, so my day is done. I've done a lot of cleaning, as you know. I even went ahead and cleaned lights and chandeliers. Carly and I are going to work on cleaning the soffits and the cabinets and that tomorrow. It'll be another busy day tomorrow, so I will see you guys then. Bye.